After a week in Iowa, we were headed to South Dakota. Crossing the Missouri River on I-90 was a stunning sight. Overtopping the hill, the land rolls away from you down to this massive river crossing. The camera doesn't do it justice, and I couldn't help but imagine how intimidating it must have looked to early settlers. We were scheduled for one night in Belvidere, South Dakota, and our drive out for diesel and dinner that evening gave us a bit of adventure and took us onto some South Dakota back roads, the sky above the hills and grasslands shrouded in smoke from the Canadian wildfires. We stopped in Belvidere specifically to see 1880 Town, a recommendation from my sister who had visited the year before with her family. It was totally worth it. Waiting until the end of the day, 1880 Town was nearly deserted, giving us plenty of time to explore this incredible collection of history. The buildings were originally part of an Old West movie set. They're full of so much detail, so many antiques, especially some that have been added over the years. You really feel as though you've stepped back in time. The next morning we were headed to Custer, South Dakota, to a campground we had scheduled instead of our planned trip to Sturgis. However, our disappointment with that campground, which we didn't film but was enough for us to cancel while standing in the driveway, put us back on the road, headed further west towards Wyoming. After more than 9 hours and over 400 miles of driving, we finally made it to Indian Campground in Buffalo, Wyoming, where we stayed for the next 3 days. South Dakota in a day? Check